Did you know that this plant here, when it comes to propagation, water propagation, as well as like sphagnum moss propagation, that it produces the largest roots, the fastest, like one of the fastest rooting plants, which is absolutely insane to think about. This, of course, is the Philodendron Dean McDowell. It is, without a doubt, one of my favorite crawling, creeping philodendron and plants for that matter. It is a cross between the Philodendron gloriosum and the Philodendron pastazanum, and it has those unique qualities from both, such as those kind of like velvety type leaves, but also from the gloriosum, of course, but from the pastazanum, it has that kind of leathery, dark green look, and it's just so beautiful. And I'll tell you what, it's also one of the easiest to care for tropical plants. And it's just beautiful. I can't say enough about it, guys, really. But yeah, it only takes about 3 weeks for it to root up. In fact, take a look at the roots here in this guy, because those roots are insane. And that has only been propagating for 4 weeks. And we really need to get to this one, because you can see right here that its new leaf is already starting to emerge from the water. And same with this guy over here too. But I also want to take this opportunity while I'm potting it up to talk with you guys and chat with you guys about some of the questions and kind of poll questions that I've been asking you guys on my YouTube channel. Before I get to the first one though, I wanted to show you, because it's a little cheap hack. I like to use those clear plastic containers. That way I can keep an eye on the root growth of my plants. Across the street from me is a little paint shop, and they sell these paint buckets for, $2 a piece. And so what I've been doing, because they're clear and I can see the roots through them, is I've just been drilling holes into the bottom of them, and that's what we're going to use today. So I wanted to know, because I'm recording this on the weekend, about whether or not you guys had any plant chores to do this weekend, or whether or not you had a little relaxation time. So how many of you have plant chores to do this weekend? Like a majority, and like me, 84% of you said yes you do. 16% said weekend off, luckies. But it was Karen F14 who had the best quote that I love, saying, watered, sprayed for gnats, and had conversations with the new babies Saturday morning. And it is so exciting seeing happy plants. And I couldn't agree more with you there, Karen, because that's what we're hoping for here, is happy plants. So I'm going to start by taking this pre-made chunky Aroid soil mix, which is perfect for these kinds of plants, and philodendron, monstera, alocasia, syngonium, you name it. Anything that's pretty much an Aroid. And what it has in it is peat moss, cocoa coir nuggets, pine bark, horticultural charcoal, perlite, and worm castings. So I'm going to start by just dropping in a layer here, and I'm wondering, because we are in October, and I'm curious to know if any of you folks have been repotting still, or potting up new plants, because I'm always curious to know what your potting adventures are like. By the way, when I was saying that this is such an easy to care for plant, what's nice about it is that it doesn't really need an incredible amount of light. Like it loves bright indirect light and humidity, of course, but you can put this baby in a darker area and it'll be absolutely fine. But its leaves are really what get to me. In right conditions, they can grow to be 2 to 3 feet long. Which brings me to the next poll question that I asked you folks. What is the longest leaf on any plant that you own? Now, here's the thing, okay? A lot of you responded to this, and 37% of you said 5 to 10 inches, 34% said 10 to 20 inches, 13% said 20 to 30, and 16% said 30 plus inches. That's where my plant is. I'll get to that in a second, but Kim Gomez had one of the best comments saying, my mama said size doesn't matter. Well, tell that to the plants, because look at this one here. This is my Anthurium vecheum, my king Anthurium, and its latest leaf has hit the 30-inch mark, which allowed me to hit that 30-inch stride. And you know what? I'm just happy about that. But yeah, so we're going to start taking this baby out. And oh man, this is such a beautiful cutting. And I wanted to plant both of them together. And so what I'm going to do is, I believe, put this one like hither. And then we're going to take this other one and kind of put it in, I think maybe like this direction here. Yeah, I want to take off that caterpillar there, which is the extra protective layer for the leaf, the new leaf. It's like the leaf shield, basically. Oh, I accidentally threw it back in. Sorry about that, plant. Okay, so now that we have that up there, we're going to combine these babies together. Hopefully, yeah, that'll look cool like that. Before we continue on, I wanted to ask you guys a favor because I've noticed that a lot of you who are viewing my videos aren't subscribed to my channel. So I was wondering if you wouldn't mind just taking a quick second and subscribe, because it helps me out a lot and I can continue producing awesome content like this for you guys so you can see more of my interesting plant collection and lots of fun behind the scenes things and tips and tricks and hacks and all that kind of goodness. And what I love about this plant too is that it's so easy to propagate. I mean, you just cut from those nodes and boom, bam, it is ready to go. And this is like one of, a million of the houseplants I have. Just kidding. I did ask you guys about that though. How many houseplants do you folks have in your collection? And so 4% of you said 0 to 10, 8% said 10 to 20, 23% said 20 to 50, 35% said 50 to 100, and 30% said 100 plus. Plant Mandy said need an over 200 option, which I agree with. And, I am at that like 100 mark. I used to be at 150, but I've downsized quite a bit. But if I keep on doing these propagated cuttings, that's where I'm going to run into the issue there. So with a crawling plant like this, one thing that's important is that with its new growth points coming out is that you have to kind of leave some soil around it and making sure that it's not buried. That way it can still climb or crawl around and do all that stuff that crawling plants love to do, which is crawl. Okay, let me try to move this over here, but I'm trying to cover up this rooted area. And this bag I think is going to be the perfect size too. It should be nice. Let me try to squeeze this baby around. But yeah, I'm also curious because I have another question for you folks. How many of you have crawling philodendron or crawling plants in particular? Well, let's talk about crawling philodendron. How many of you have crawling philodendron? And for those of you who have them, what is your favorite crawling philodendron? I would have to say, I believe mine would be the Philodendron gloriosum because I just love it. It's so pretty and it's velvety leaves, which is probably why I also love this plant here, because it is a hybrid, the Dean McDowell, which was named after a famed botanist. And so, yeah, I've never owned the Pastazanum, though. And for those of you who have, what is that plant like? Is it worth getting? Because I would be pretty interested in it because I love crawling philodendron. I love when they have these big, dark leaves like this, too. So, boy, there we go. That was literally, I kid you not, like the perfect amount of soil that I needed. Thank you, little bag. And now we have our new plant all put up together like so. I'll probably put like a little spike in there to kind of like keep it from, tipping over, since these are two plants, until it can kind of gain that stability. But yeah, that is the Philodendron Dean McDowell, an easy to care for, beautiful, stunning, crawling creeper philodendron that is so easy to care for, and I highly suggest it if you're looking to get into crawling philodendron because, again, one of the easiest to care for and doesn't really need a ton of high light. So, with all that said, I believe that was all the questions that I had to go through from the polls, which I appreciate you guys participating in. It's always cool to see what you guys have to say. And if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell for more fun and interesting planty content like this. And speaking of which, if you want to learn more about the Philodendron Dean McDowell and another video I did about how fast it roots, check out this one because it is really fascinating. I'll see you guys in the next video.